విద్యా కలశం 10వ తరగతి విద్యార్థులకు ప్రశ్నాపత్రాల విశ్లేషణ. సమగ్ర శిక్ష పాఠశాల విద్యాశాఖ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ప్రభుత్వం వారు సమర్పించు రేడియో కార్యక్రమం. 10వ తరగతి ఇంగ్లీష్ పేపర్ 1లో వ్యాకరణాంశాల గురించి శ్రీమతి బివిపి శ్రీలలిత గారి విశ్లేషణ వింటారు.
Welcome my dear students. Today we shall start with section B of grammar in paper 1. Now here, before starting this session, I advise you to also hold a notebook in order to jot down the important points regarding grammar. Questions 16 to 32 in this session will be covered and they carry 20 marks. Question number 16. Let us discuss editing the passage. This is independent of textbook. Here you will be given a paragraph with 4 underlined words. The text selected for this question carries 2 marks and it should reflect the experiential orbit of the students. So, you will be tested in parts of speech, tenses, articles, etc. All grammar topics from question 17 to 25 are from the textbook based grammar only. Example sentences basing on the explanation for question number 17 to 25 may be taken even from outside the textbook. That is, the rules you have to follow which are given in the textbook, whereas the examples or the questions which are asked in your examination paper can be out of textbook also. So they have to follow the limitations of explanations given in the textbook. The question numbers 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25 are combining the sentences. So here you have more number of combining the sentences. So before discussing 19 and 20 questions which are passive voice and reported speech, let us discuss from question number 17 which are all combining the sentences. For example, if you take question number 17, here we use a relative clause who, which, that, etc. which carries 1 mark. The relative pronoun who, which, that, whose can be used to define the subject and the part of the sentence formed with relative pronoun is a relative clause. So relative pronoun ni use chestu manam అది ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్ ని ఉద్దేశించి మాట్లాడబడుతోందో అక్కడ మనం ఒక రిలేటివ్ క్లాజ్ ని ఫ్రేమ్ చేస్తాం. I can quote one example for you here to explain how to combine sentences with a relative clause who. Nick lives in Los Angeles. He was born in Australia. ఇక్కడ ఈ 2 sentences ని who తో కంబైన్ చేద్దాం మనం. Nick, who lives in Los Angeles, was born in Australia. When the subject is same, you can relate the pronoun who to the subject given in the first sentence. ఇక్కడ సబ్జెక్ట్ నిక్, హీ రెండు కూడా ఒకే సబ్జెక్ట్ ని ఉద్దేశించి చెప్పడం వలన మనము హీని ఒమిట్ చేసేసి నిక్ దగ్గర హూ అనే రిలేటివ్ క్లాజ్ యూజ్ చేస్తూ ఒక క్లాజ్ ని ఫ్రేమ్ చేశాం. The express had just arrived. It started from Delhi yesterday. You have to use which as relative clause and combine these 2 sentences. The express, once again I want to repeat, the express has just arrived. It started from Delhi yesterday. Combine these 2 sentences using the relative clause which. The answer for this is the express which started from Delhi yesterday has just arrived. ఇక్కడ కూడా మనకి ఒకటే సబ్జెక్ట్ ఉంది. ది ఎక్స్ప్రెస్, ఇట్ రెండు కూడా ఒకే సబ్జెక్ట్ అవడం వల్ల మనము ఇట్ ని రిమూవ్ చేస్తున్నాము. విచ్ తో మనం ఒక క్లాజ్ ని తయారు చేసి ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ తర్వాత దాన్ని అరేంజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఇన్ ది అబవ్ సెంటెన్స్ ది సబ్జెక్ట్ ఇస్ సేమ్ but the events should be kept in chronological order. Since express can be treated as a thing, the relative pronoun which has been used here. Coming Coming to question number 18. It is combining the sentences using a present participle, a past participle, or a perfect participle. Now, what is past participle? The past participle is the past form of verb to modify a noun or a pronoun. Example, sliced bread. It is a non-finite verb to signify perfective aspect, adjectives or passive voice. ఎక్కువగా past participle ని మనం passive voice లో ఉన్న sentences కే ఉపయోగించడం జరుగుతుంది. ఇక్కడ sliced bread అని ఉంది. ఇక్కడ sliced అనేది adjective గా పరిగణించబడుతుంది. Let us see the examples. Example 1. His finger was broken. He got it bandaged. ఇది passive voice లో ఉన్న sentence. His finger was broken అనేది passive voice లో ఉంది. His finger broken, he got it bandaged is the answer. ఇక్కడ his finger, he రెండు sentences లో ఉన్న సబ్జెక్టులు వేరుగా ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి రెండిటిని మనం మెన్షన్ చేయడం జరిగింది. Second one, she was knocked down by a car. She was admitted in the hospital. ఈ సెంటెన్స్ తీసుకుంటే మనకిక్కడ రెండు సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఒకటే ఉన్నాయి, she అని. సో ఈ సెంటెన్స్ ని మనం ఎలా రూపొందించాలి? Knocked down by a car, she was admitted in the hospital. సో ఎలా కంబైన్ చేసాం మనం? We started with past participle. Coming to the present participle. This is the base form of the verb with verb in ing form. I will tell you one example here. I saw the old man, I called him out. సో ఇక్కడ రెండిట్లోనూ సబ్జెక్ట్ ఒకటే ఉంది, అయితే వర్బ్ పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ లో ఉంది. saw అని పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ లో ఉండడం జరిగింది. మనం ఈ saw ని ఇంగ్ ఫామ్ లో రాసేటప్పుడు దాన్ని సీయింగ్ గా మారుస్తున్నాం. సో ది ఆన్సర్ ఇస్ సీయింగ్ ది ఓల్డ్ మ్యాన్, ఐ కాల్డ్ హిమ్ అవుట్. అర్థమైందా? దెర్ ఈస్ అ వర్బ్ చేంజ్. saw changes into seeing and the subject is same, so I in the second sentence is removed. When the subject is different, we should mention both the subjects and change the verb into ing form. Coming to the perfect participle. The perfect participle is have plus V3 form. When the subjects are same, one subject is removed as usual. Now I will read out one example for you. He finished his homework. He went out to play. Here you can find the same subject. So when you are writing perfect participle, you should write have plus V3 form. So the sentence starts, having finished his homework, he went out to play. ఇక్కడ having finished అని మొదలు పెడుతున్నాము. ఇది perfective కాబట్టి. When the subjects are different, both the subjects should be mentioned. ఎలా అంటే ఇక్కడ ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూడండి. The boys played well. The coach appreciated them. ఇక్కడ సబ్జెక్ట్ డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉంది. The boys having played well, the coach appreciated them. Question number 21. This is also combining the sentences using adverbs like as, since, because, when, in spite of, such dash that, although. This sentence carries 1 mark. You can get these adverbial clauses of reason, time, degree, manner and contrast condition in Unit 3. Let me cite 2 examples in this regard. Example 1. Raju won a lottery. He bought a car. Here you have to combine these 2 sentences with since, and since is given in brackets. Since Raju won a lottery, he bought a car. Since is used for expressing reason. So ఇక్కడ రీజన్ ఏంటి? రాజుకి లాటరీ లభించింది, అందుకే అతను కార్ ని కొనగలిగాడు. సో ఇక్కడ సిన్స్ ని మనం రీజన్ కి ముందు యూజ్ చేస్తాం. సిన్స్ రాజు వన్ అ లాటరీ, హీ బాట్ అ కార్. సెకండ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. I shouted for help. The neighbors ran up to find what happened. Combine these 2 sentences using when. When అనేది మనకి టైం ని ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది. సో అందుకని దీన్ని సెంటెన్స్ కి బిగినింగ్ లో వాడితే మనకి రైట్ సెంటెన్స్ వస్తుంది. When I shouted for help, the neighbors ran up to find what happened. Question number 22. This is combining the sentences using linkers. We have a list of linkers in Unit 6 at page 191 and 192. I can sum up some linkers for you here. To sum up, moreover, besides, etc., they function as linkers indicating addition of facts in order. The linkers like firstly, thirdly, secondly, finally, these all function as linkers indicating ordering of points. Linkers like on the contrary, however, on the other hand, function as contrast conditions. Linkers like thus, therefore, so, as a result, hence, these function as indicating the result. So, you have some linkers in page 191 and 192. You can go through them. Question number 23. Using either or neither nor. They are correlative conjunctions used to introduce an alternative. For example, he cooks dinner or she cooks dinner. ఇక్కడ he cooks dinner అన్నారు, లేదంటే she cooks dinner అన్నారు. సో ఇక్కడ ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ ఏంటి? he, she. కాబట్టి you can combine them as either he or she cooks dinner. The second example. He will not play for my team. He will not play for your team. ఇక్కడ నెగటివ్ సెంటెన్స్ వచ్చింది. ఇక్కడ మనం neither nor తో ఈ రెండు సెంటెన్సెస్ ని కంబైన్ చేద్దాం. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ ఏంటి? my team, your team. So you can combine these two sentences like he will play neither for your team nor for mine. So neither nor is used before the alternatives. The alternative here is my team or your team. So neither nor is used. Question number 24. Changing the sentence of to and to using so dash that. Students, this is also a new question this year. It carries 1 mark. The sentence with use of to and to is a negative form of sentence. So, when it is transformed with so dash that, the second sentence or the second part of the sentence becomes a negative sentence when it is with so dash that. For example, he is too proud to admit his mistake. That is with to and to. The answer changing the sentence into so dash that will be, he is so proud that he doesn't admit his mistake. ఇక్కడ to and to స్థానంలో మనం so dash that ని యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాము. అయితే to and to తో వచ్చే సెంటెన్సెస్ అన్నీ నెగటివ్ గా ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి so dash that యూజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు సెకండ్ సెంటెన్స్ నెగటివ్ గా మారుతుంది. he doesn't admit his mistake. ఇక్కడ మనం doesn't ని యూజ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. Question number 25. Combining the sentences using if clause. If is an adverbial clause of condition. When if clause is used, the verb form in the main and subordinate clause change accordingly. I shall quote some examples here and try to explain them to you. Coming to example 1. If you try hard, you can succeed. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఇఫ్ అనేది అయితే అని ఒక కండిషన్ మనం పెడుతున్నాం. ఇఫ్ యూ ట్రై హార్డ్ యూ కెన్ సక్సీడ్ అనే సెంటెన్స్ లో ట్రై చేస్తేనే సక్సెస్ ని సాధిస్తావు అంటే అక్కడ కండిషన్ ఏంటి? హార్డ్ వర్క్ చేయాలి అని. హియర్ దెర్ ఇస్ అ ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ ది ఈవెంట్ టు హ్యాపెన్. సో ద వర్బ్ in if clause is in V1 form and the main clause proceeds with will, can, shall or may plus V1 form. So ఇక్కడ మనం you can succeed అన్నాం కదా. సో అంటే will, can, shall, may లో ఏదైనా మనం యూజ్ చేసి V1 form లో verb ని ప్రెజెంట్ చేస్తాం. Example 2. If you remained silent, there would be no argument. ఇక్కడ మనకి వర్బ్ చూస్తే పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ లో ఉంది. Here, the improbable condition or unreal situation occurs as there is a factual happening that you didn't remain silent is understood. అంటే ఇక్కడ మీరు సైలెంట్ గా లేరన్నమాట, అందుకే ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ పెరిగింది. సో ఆ విధంగా తీసుకుంటే అక్కడ అన్రియల్ సిచ్యుయేషన్ కనిపిస్తోంది. ద వర్బ్ ఇన్ ఇఫ్ క్లాజ్ ఈజ్ V2 form and the main clause bears would, could, should or might plus V1 form. Coming to the next example. If I had reached the bus station, I could have caught the bus. If I had reached the bus station, I could have caught the bus లో మనకి verb had reached అని వచ్చింది if clause దగ్గర, main clause లో could have caught అని వచ్చింది. This is an imaginary condition. This imaginary or unreal situation has a weak note of events happening. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఆ ఈవెంట్ జరిగిందా లేదా అనేది మనకి పూర్తిగా తెలియదు, అది ఒక ఇమాజినరీ కండిషన్, జస్ట్ ఊహాత్మకమైంది మాత్రమే. సో the verb in if clause is had plus V3 form and the main clause bears could have, would have, might have or should have plus V3 form of verb. సో ఈ 3 సెంటెన్సెస్ కూడా మీకు ఇఫ్ క్లాజ్ ని సూచిస్తున్నాయి. సో ఏది ఇచ్చినప్పటికీ కూడా మీరు జాగ్రత్తగా వర్బ్స్ ని దృష్టిలో పెట్టుకుని చేంజ్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. క్వశ్చన్ నంబర్ 19. Changing active voice to passive voice. This purely depends on the transformation of verb simple form, progressive form, perfective form or perfect progressive forms. It carries 1 mark and taking or identifying the correct verb can get you the mark. I will read out some examples for you. Please listen as I read them to you. First one. John showed a new computer to his friend. The answer is a new computer was showed by John to his friend. ఇక్కడ సబ్జెక్ట్ ని ఆబ్జెక్ట్ గా, ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ని సబ్జెక్ట్ గా మార్చడం జరిగింది. మనము ఎక్కువగా కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయాల్సింది వర్బ్ మీద. సో వర్బ్ ఇక్కడ పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ లో ఉంది, షోడ్ పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ లో ఉంది కాబట్టి వాస్ ప్లస్ V3 ఫామ్ ని యూజ్ చేస్తాము. ఇఫ్ the subject is singular we use was and if the subject is plural we use were. They are the B forms. Second example. They have paid $100 note in the restaurant. దీనికి ఆన్సర్ $100 note has been paid in the restaurant. Have paid ఇది perfective form. సో దీన్ని మనము passive voice లో రాసేటప్పుడు మనము has been paid గా ఎందుకు రాసామంటే $100 note is taken in a singular form. సింగులర్ ఫామ్ లో తీసుకున్నాం కాబట్టి has been paid గా మనం చేంజ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. Example 3. Priya will send the letter tomorrow. This is in future tense. So here how do you change the sentences? The letter will be sent tomorrow by Priya. ఎక్కడైతే will, can, shall, may వస్తాయో దీస్ ఆర్ మోడల్ ఆక్సిలరీస్. ఇలాంటి మోడల్ ఆక్సిలరీస్ వచ్చినప్పుడు మనము బీని చేస్తాం. సో సబ్జెక్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ గా మారింది, ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సబ్జెక్ట్ గా మారింది. విల్ సెండ్ అనేది విల్ బి సెండ్ గా మార్చి వి రైట్ ది ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ది ఆన్సర్ యాజ్ ద లెటర్ విల్ బి సెండ్ టుమారో బై ప్రియా. Number 4. The farmer is milking the cows. The cows are being milked by the farmer is in passive voice. Active voice లో the farmer is milking the cows అంటే passive voice లో చేంజ్ చేసినప్పుడు are being milked గా మారింది. అంటే ఇక్కడ cows is in plural, so we are using are, and because milking is a progressive action and when you change it into passive voice you're supposed to write in V3 form, so we introduced being. So the sentence is the cows are being milked by the farmer. Example number 5. We will not treat the dogs badly. The dogs will not be treated badly. So here we will not treat the dogs badly లో మనకి subject we. అయితే when the subjects are pronouns you need not mention the subject in passive voice. సో ద డాగ్స్ విల్ నాట్ బి ట్రీటెడ్. మరి ఇక్కడ విల్ అనేది మోడల్ ఆక్సిలరీ కదా, నెగటివ్ సెంటెన్స్ కాబట్టి విల్ నాట్ ని విల్ నాట్ బీగా మనము మార్చడం జరిగింది. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, క్వశ్చన్ నంబర్ 20. రిపోర్టింగ్ అండ్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ దట్ ఈస్ ఫ్రమ్ డైరెక్ట్ స్పీచ్ టు ఇండైరెక్ట్ స్పీచ్. Previously, we had a single dialogue which was reported following the rule structure. But now, we have to change an exchange into reported speech, that is a dialogue into reported speech. This particular question is in Unit 5. You can refer in Unit 5 for the rules. When we change a sentence in direct speech into indirect speech, the following changes should be made. Remove the inverted commas, the first one. Secondly, said changes into told when there are speaker and listener involved in the exchange. Then third change is a connective word like that in assertive sentences, that in assertive sentences, if in yes or no type questions, and to plus verb for imperatives. Number 4, the pronouns also change their form, like I to he or she, my to his or her, you to he or she, your to her or his, we to they, and us becomes them. The adverbs also change their form. Students, please note down all these changes and practice the sentences carefully because this carries 2 marks. Last year it was 1 mark, but this time because an exchange is given, they are allotting 2 marks for this question. Now let us come to the change in the adverbs in a reported speech. Now becomes then, this becomes that, these becomes those, here is changed to there, ago into before, today to that day, yesterday to previous day, and tomorrow to the next day. I could quote some examples. There are many more, but these are the basic things. So if you remember these, you can write the sentences successfully. Even the modal verbs also change their form in reported speech. Will becomes would, shall to should, can becomes could, and may becomes might. Let me quote an example here. This year we shall have exchanges or dialogues. So, first example here is, Suma, where are you going? Now Lata gives an answer here. Lata, I am going to the market. Now the answer for this is, Suma asked Lata where she was going and Lata replied that she was going to the market. Here, there were changes in the verb form. Am going changed into was going. Are going also changed into was going because the subject is singular. And the 2 sentences were connected with and, since it is a question and answer exchange. ఇక్కడ ఒక క్వశ్చన్ దానికి ఆన్సర్ ఇవ్వబడింది ఎక్స్చేంజ్ లో, కాబట్టి రెండిటిని అండ్ అనే పదంతో మనము కంబైన్ చేసి రిపోర్టెడ్ స్పీచ్ లో రాయడం జరిగింది. But when there is a contradiction in the exchange, the sentences might be joined by using and or but according to the context. For example, Vishal, could you have dinner with me tomorrow? Kamal, no thank you. I have an engagement tomorrow. Now for this, the answer is, Vishal asked Kamal if he could have dinner with him the next day. Now here see, tomorrow changed into next day. But Kamal refused politely, stating that he had an engagement the next day. The changes here in the sentence are, Vishal asked a question, so here we write Vishal asked. Next, it is yes or no type question, so we are using a connective word if. As Kamal's reply was negative, we used refused. Have changes to had and the adverb tomorrow becomes next day. Refused is used because Kamal says no thank you. So no is a negative word, so we used refused. And because he also formally said thank you, we said refused politely. Let us discuss question number 26. Fill in the blanks with prepositions. There will be two blanks, half mark each, and it is 1 mark for this question. A sentence with a blank to use an appropriate compound phrasal preposition. At least 3 choices should be provided for every blank. These sentences you can find in Unit 2. For example, in case of fire, ring the alarm bell. There will be 3 options given for you: in spite of, in addition to, in case of. Now the right answer for this is in case of. Here you should know the meaning of every phrase to fill the right prepositional phrases. Another sentence is a blank to use an appropriate preposition followed by certain words. Here also 3 choices will be provided in brackets. Example, I'm always been terribly fond of you. So here why we used of, the preposition of is used after fond. There are 3 options given here, at, of and for, and the right option is of. Here you should be aware of the right preposition after an adjective or verb. Terribly fond of you, fond is an adjective and it should be followed by of always. Some prepositions you get here are of, with, in, to, at, from or for. Some compound prepositional phrases are also listed here. They are along with, on account of, by means of, apart from, ahead of, in front of, in place of, in spite of. All these compound prepositional phrases you get in Unit 4 and even their meanings are given. Now questions will not be framed in other areas of preposition like preposition of time, movement or place. So you can rely only on these prepositions given in the textbook. So tomorrow we shall discuss the remaining questions, which are suitable forms of verbs, then you have suitable articles to fill up and also some advices, polite requests and so on. So let us complete that in the third session. Thank you.
మీరింతవరకు 10వ తరగతి ఇంగ్లీష్ పేపర్ 1లో వ్యాకరణాంశాల గురించి శ్రీమతి బివిపి శ్రీలలిత గారి విశ్లేషణ విన్నారు.
మా వీడియో నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ను సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి.